And Feldman from the TT for T team, and today we're going to talk about the system preferences on your Mac. And if you are going to be the master of your Mac, you are going to need to know how these system preferences work. So tucked up here under your Apple menu, if you just click here and go down to System Preferences, I'm going to go through several of these today and make sure you know how to use them so that you will be in control of your Mac. Now, all of these work on Mavericks, so we're just going to start here and first of all take a peek at General. A lot of times people ask you to look into General, and in here you'll find you can change your appearance for all your buttons from blue to graphite. You can make your highlight color a lot of different colors, so maybe you want to go with purple, you could do that. And you can also set your sidebar icon size to small, medium, or large, so totally up to you, your preference there. Now, the scroll bars are automatically based on the mouse or trackpad, or when scrolling, or always. And those scroll bars are what show up when you're in your browser. So for example, when you have your browser up, your little scroll bars, if you're on a web page like Wikipedia or somewhere, you will be able to scroll down your page, and as you scroll down, see how those scroll bars appear? But mine aren't always there. So if I always want them there, I can click on always, and then anytime I'm on my website, that scroll bar is there. And ask to keep changes when closing documents, so that's kind of handy. Close windows when quitting an application. And it will also show your most recent items, so you can decide if you want 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 documents or apps, your recently used items up. So that is what's tucked underneath your general settings. So now I'm going to hit my back arrow. Now let's take a look at Desktop and Screensaver. So under Desktop and Screensaver, you will find all of these fabulous things that you can set for your desktop or for your screensaver. So for your desktop, that's right here when I'm turning on my machine, what am I going to see? So you can change that to all kinds of different pictures that might be available here. So you can kind of oh, hopeful for that little tiny frog. Anything in iPhoto you can also pop on here, or maybe you just want a solid color. You can also choose custom colors. If you want to go with something crazy, you can go to change picture, and it can change your picture every so often, or just when you log in or when it's waking up from sleep. So I could say every 15 minutes I want a different picture, so we could go with that. I could say random order, and you just never know what might happen, and I can run through the desktop pictures right here, so every time I turn it on, I have a different picture. You can also have the screensavers here, so you can choose from a wide range of different screensavers, and you can also have one that has a message on it, or you can even do something fun like word of the day if you'd like. You can set when you would like that to happen, like after never, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour. You can also pop a clock on here so it can show a clock. So we'll take a look at that. I'm going to set mine to be word of the day, and I can have it just show up in a minute of inactivity or any time frame on that. Now, hot corners we're going to take a peek at in a little bit and talk about that a little bit more when we go through a different way. But that is your desktop and your screensaver. So go ahead and get yourself a nice little image and set it up to be something that you will enjoy. So I think these National Geographic pictures are really cool. But you can also choose like aerial pictures, or you can come down here to cosmos pictures, or you can even choose like nature patterns. Or again, you can drill down to a photo library that you love, so maybe some recent pictures of something that's happened in your life that you would love to have up there as your screensaver. So many fun things to choose from, so take a few minutes and customize your desktop and screensaver. You'll be glad you did. Now, let's talk about your dock. Now, your dock is what appears down here at the bottom of your computer. So let's look at your preferences. So for your dock, you can choose the size, so you can make these bigger or smaller. Now, magnification is when I'm down here and I run my cursor over the top of the icons and they pop up and get bigger. So I have those magnified as big as they can, or you can just make them pop up and be just a teeny bit bigger. So it's kind of fun when they're bigger. Or you can turn that feature off. You can put them on the left, the bottom, or the right-hand side of your screen. And then when it has different effects here, this genie effect or a scale effect, a genie effect is kind of, looks like it's a genie going into the bottle. I should have this set up to be genie effect, so if I do this little minus sign up here to minimize, it went very fast, but it did swoop in like a genie. You can animate opening applications, and what that means is when you click on something to open, so I'll try iTunes, to animate it's going to be bouncing up and down here until it opens. So we want to see that again. Just click on an application like Keynote and bounce, bounce, and now it's open. Oops. It's now closed. So now you notice also you can minimize the windows into an application. That means that it will go back into the program that opened it versus appearing over here. Now I kind of like it when documents minimize so I know the ones I'm working on show up to the right hand side of all my applications. So I kind of prefer to have it set up where it's not checked, so these are the documents I'm working on, when over here are all the applications that I have. Now you can take that off and it will always be here. So that's also very handy to always leave it open. And the show indicator lights for open applications, if you notice underneath anything I have open like iTunes or QuickTime or Preview, there's a little shiny dot in front of them, and that means that they are open. So I can also find my open applications, and here we go, first keyboard shortcut. If you hold down Command and Tab, it will pull up all the applications you have open. Then if you use your arrow key, you can move around and see what's open. So I'm going to close this one by holding down Command and Q and quitting iTunes. I can quit Chrome just by Command and Q while I have them all open here. So that is the dock. Now let's go back and let's talk about mission control. Mission control. That gives you an overview of all your open windows and thumbnails on your applications. And that allows you to see just a lot of things at one time. So mission control, you can get to that view in just a minute. I'll show you a little shortcut you can use. And this also allows us into hot corners. Hot corners allows you to activate special programs when you move to the corners of your screen. So for example, if I click here, you'll see you can activate application windows, your desktop, the dashboard, your notification center, Launchpad, a screensaver, or you can even put your display to sleep. So you can set up each corner to do something differently. Like maybe if I go in the upper left corner, it will put my machine to sleep. Or if I say bottom corner, it will show my desktop. Or the right corner, it could start a screensaver. And the bottom corner, let's say it goes to mission control. And then when I say OK, if I move my computer to those corners, those things will happen. So I'm not going to do that right now though, because if I do, I'll lose my screen recording. So I'm going to come over here too and just not put anything on the corners so that in case I run over the corners, I don't want anything to happen that I'll lose my recording. But I'd like you to give that a try. So you go ahead and set up a couple hot corners that you think might be helpful for you on your computer. All right, now we're going to skip language and region, and we're going to go over here to security and privacy. Security and privacy is really important, especially when you're trying to download programs onto your computer. So oftentimes this has a little padlock, and you have to click on the padlock in order to make changes. So you come in here and you put in your password, how you log on to your computer. You just go ahead and type that in here, and that will unlock so that you can make changes. And the one thing you want to do is maybe you want to change your password. So if you're still set at our default password or haven't changed your password in the last 6 months, you might want to come in here and change your password. Then I have disable automatic login right now, so that way I use my password when I log in. And down here, you want to make sure that anywhere is checked, that you can allow your apps to be downloaded from anywhere, and then you won't have any trouble when you're out on different websites and need to download an app. So feel free to make sure that says anywhere. Now we are going to leave File Vault alone. In fact, you don't want to do that because it'll start encrypting your files, and that will make things really tricky if something ever happens to your machine. So let's just leave File Vault alone. We can go over here to Firewall for a moment. My firewall is turned on, and so it's kind of a nice thing to do, a feature to turn on if you'd like. Just helps to add some security to your computer. And under privacy over here, this will allow different apps to talk to different apps. So for example, if I click on contacts, I can say, oh, let Google Chrome access my contacts and share those contents back and forth. So the main thing is though, when you're done making changes, you click the lock and then it's secure again. So once you're all done, you'll mainly work with general because you'll probably just be changing your password. And then, like I said, you'll make that one change to set your apps to be downloaded from anywhere, and then you are good to go. Next up, let's talk about Spotlight. What is special about Spotlight? Spotlight is this little tiny magnifying glass in the upper right corner, and that allows you to search your computer quickly if you'd like. So what's showing up here are all the possible things that can pop up when you search. So if I type in the word like Bellevue Public Schools, it might show a bunch of different things that I've made for Bellevue Public Schools. Now over here, it's going to say what things can appear. So in my search results, it can be anything from applications to documents to folders to images to contacts. So if there's something that you don't want popping up in the Spotlight, you simply uncheck, and then those items will not be included in the search results. If there's a check mark in front of them, those items are included. So that's kind of nice. You can just kind of put up there what you would like and then, uncheck the things you don't want. Now, a shortcut, I love keyboard shortcuts, so just Command Spacebar right here, and that little fun looking design is the Command key. So Command and Spacebar, so if I do Command Spacebar, it just pops up and that little Spotlight button comes up. Very handy because it saves a little bit of time. So if you want to try that, you sure can. You can also do Option Command and Spacebar, and you'll get another little shortcut here, and that's called the Spotlight window. And that allows you to even do some more searching on your Mac. So you can see you kind of have all the different places here that you can pop up and search, and again, searching on your Mac. So that is a very great little feature to know about. Look at displays. This is all about the display on your Mac, and it's basically going to be set here best for display. You can adjust your brightness. I kind of like mine like this so I can see it really well. Let's see here. And then under color, it's going to be just fine. Here, those are all your different color displays if you need to change something, but it should just be perfect. If you're having trouble, that's where you would look. Now, when you plug in your computer to a projector, you will have a mirroring option, and you'll want to make sure that you're mirroring your displays so that you'll be able to project your computer. Now, I have something called Show the Mirroring Options in the menu bar when available. So if you check that and then you're mirroring, that's going to show up here, and then you can work with all of your airplaying and displays and open that display preferences right from this little shortcut up here in your menu bar. So I love that little check mark right there.